So we went on a 7-day girls trip to Jamaica. And when we were in the airport on the way home, she received a phone call from her sister. And said that Dad's very sick and that I need you to come over immediately. So at that point, a couple of days later, her father passed. Maybe a year or two later, we were both together with her dog, Molly, which was more like her daughter. Molly was really sick. It was very difficult for her to make a decision about what do we do next with Molly, you know? And so I said, you know, Jaclyn, let's look for a sign. And so as Jaclyn was laying on my lap, we were outside, it was peaceful and the wind was blowing. And for some reason, there was a shooting star that caught my attention, and I looked up and I'm like, oh my, that was beautiful. And then out of nowhere, when I looked up, there were these clouds and there was this streak. And I was like, Jaclyn, what is that? And she looked up and it was just very different. It wasn't what you would normally see at night. And she just smiled and she said, you know what, Age? That's a sign from my father. It's time for Molly. I do truly believe that that was a sign from her father that, you know what, Todd is now in your life. And I'm leaving with someone who you can depend on, who can fulfill that spot that Molly fulfilled, plus more. So it was a great moment. And that was the night that I knew that Todd was the one for Jaclyn. I feel like her father sent that sign.
White paper, blue pen, all my thoughts of you descend.
Today was a perfect day. The weather's perfect. Jaclyn's perfect. The day was filled with a lot of girls in this house looking out for one another and just wanting to make everything beautiful, and perfect for Jaclyn because she's a perfect person to us, and it's just been a perfect day.
Did you do that?
No, I had like red lipstick on. I turned it down a little bit. It was like nice.
Beautiful.
It's for your bouquet. Thank you.
My dog Molly was with me for about 12 years and I lost her about a year ago. So she's in heaven with my dad. So it said, Molly and Dad, will you walk with me? Down the aisle.
Was so wrong.
Chairs are all set up. They're fine. The groom is here.
Refrain, I found my voice when you.
The weird thing was the reason why I thought in the beginning Jaclyn was special was because I only met a few of my dad's girlfriends. But every time I met them for the first time, I always met them at the same bowling alley. So when I first met Jaclyn, it was different because we went to the zoo, not the bowling alley. So from the beginning, I kind of thought this was something special.
Oh, I love these bags.
My daughter Jaclyn is my baby. She's the youngest of 4. She's the most incredibly unpredictable, loving, kind, somewhat of a perfectionist in many areas of her life, with the ability to deeply love.
These here are cards for the card exchange. So there's 2 of them here for Todd. So I'm getting ready to drop them off to him. And then he has ones as well as for Jaclyn for them both to read to each other. And what's really special is that there's one for today, but they also have a second card for them to open up for their 5-year anniversary. So I think that's very sweet. So these are from Jaclyn. So I wanted to be able to do that and take these over.
Okay.
Yes, My
okay.
left hand.
Colored.
To my wife on our wedding day.
Really?
Today is the happiest day of my life because it's the start of our new life together. Being married to you means living and laughing with my closest friend, my dream come true, my soulmate. It means I can begin every morning and every night with the woman I love. Today is the happiest day of my life, and I'm the luckiest man in the world. I love you. My dearest J-Dog / Nangwa, you have become my life, my world. I cannot wait to share the rest of my life with you. Frankly, I can't imagine living without you. You have become my best friend, my confidant, and undoubtedly my soulmate. All my love, forever and ever, Todd.
More tissue.
She was extremely close to her father, and Molly was her world. She knew early on she wanted them to be close to her heart. So we ended up going to a seamstress, and she made a little heart pocket that was next to her heart where she was able to keep a picture of both of them near her. And I believe that meant the world to Jaclyn.
Guys, I'm close to my heart. Oh my gosh. Oh God, I miss her. Okay.
Todd brought her down to Florida where we live, and I loved her immediately. It was an immediate feeling that this was going to be the girl my son was going to marry. I had no doubts about that. I just saw that there was a goodness in her, and I saw the way he looked at her. I think Todd had a wonderful father growing up, so he learned how to be a good husband. He learned how to be, to treat a woman with respect and kindness and love. You know, his father always treated me that way. He always treated me like a queen. And Todd learned that from his father, and I see that in the way he treats Jaclyn.
How you feeling, Jaclyn?
Nervous. I'm excited. Surreal. Oh, Jaclyn.
The most beautiful girl in the world.
Oh. It's okay. You look okay. Oh, you look horrible. You look like crap. I knew that. Was that a good picture? Guys, look so good.
Todd's gonna faint.
Shit is real. My lipstick okay?
Everything about Todd was positive. He came across as soft, sincere, genuine, caring, and I knew from the very beginning that they were going to be together forever.
To my soon-to-be husband, today I have loved you for 616 days, and I will, wow, and I will love you for 1,000 more. My eyes fill with tears. No, I'm having a problem with this. As I write you this card, you are my rock, my world, my everything. See you at the altar. Love, J-Dog. Yikes.
Well, walking down the aisle was something I had thought about for a long time. I know she asked me years ago if she ever found the right person, if I'd walk her down the aisle. And I had a moment with her father in the hospital before he passed and said I would take care of his daughters. And so it seemed like it was a very good thing for me to be asked to do it, and it's quite an honor.
We've come here today to rejoice with Todd and Jaclyn as they begin their married life together. They have a deep desire for each other, a love and concern that has brought them to this point of sharing the rest of their life together. But they also have a love and concern and trust in each of you. You are not here by accident. And I look forward with everyone here to watch your love in your marriage, your family, your friends. We are really excited for both of you.
Last night at the rehearsal dinner, Taylor stood up and said how much Jaclyn has meant to her, how important she's been in her life, and how she's made Taylor an important part of her life. And you know, Taylor's so important to us. We love her so much. She's our first grandchild, and you know, we've been a big part of her life. And that Jaclyn has just really, really embraced Taylor, and we see how Jaclyn is with her, and it just fills our hearts with joy.
Dearest Taylor Marie, it's official. We are now a family. I am honored to be your stepmom, and I want you to know that I love you so very much. You're a big part of my heart, and I'm so excited to share our lives together, making memories. I will always be here for you. All my love, Jaclyn. J-Dog. Open your gift here. Wow. It's beautiful.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful.
Read it. I didn't give you the gift of life, but gave me the gift of you. Jaclyn gave me a very beautiful necklace, and it basically said, I wasn't with you when you were born, and I'm not the one who gave life to you, but you've given life to me and like a meaning in my life. So that was really special, and it meant a lot to me. It was mostly about them getting married, but Jaclyn was kind of marrying me too in a certain way, and that was really cool that she took that time out of her special day to make me feel important and involved.
Todd's desire and Jackie's desire is the same as mine. That this not be an average wedding or a just get past wedding, or a marriage that is okay, but that this wedding and this marriage is vibrant, that it's radiates, that it's one that all of us will take pleasure to watch and encouragement for our own lives. We have met several times, and it became clear that you both are as well prepared to spend your life together as anyone I've ever married. 30 years, maybe 100 plus weddings. You're top of the class when it comes to being prepared. And what's great about that is that the better you prepare, the better the marriage.
The ceremony the pastor performed and his words to them, and the fact that he saw those same things in the two of them that I saw, and just seeing how happy the two of them were. You could really feel the love and the chemistry, and there was a deep feeling there that the pastor knew them. Wasn't just a routine wedding. He really knew them, and he spoke to that, and I thought that was very, very touching.
Todd and Jaclyn, as I was sitting down to put pen to pad thinking about my best friend Todd, or as Mama Everett used to call him, Smurf, I thought about all the things I have had the pleasure to be involved with Todd over the years. How he and his family are part of my life, and how lucky I am to have him in my life.
She really fits in well with my family too. Like, if you look at all of us, we all love to laugh, and you have to have a really tough skin to be in our family. We all joke around and mess around with each other, and Jaclyn fit right in. When she was first starting out in our family, she wasn't trying to be all sweet and like no fake. Jaclyn was Jaclyn, and she's the same person she was a year ago and that she is today. So I thought, okay, the nice, awesome person that I met 2 years ago is the person that I'm gonna have for the rest of my life.
I'd like to talk about a reoccurring discussion Todd and I would have for the last number of years. We would often talk about finding Mrs. Right, about how you would know, because how they would make you feel. I told Todd that your soulmate is the person you want to make their life wonderful, and they want to make your life wonderful. Not just in the good times, but in the tough times, where you both have to sacrifice to build a great life together. And how you'll know that it's right because you sacrifice freely, because you love completely. One day, about 1.5 years ago, Todd called me and said, well, I found Mrs. Right. She's my soulmate. Not surprisingly, my first call was to my soulmate, my wife Stephanie. And we were intrigued and excited to meet Jaclyn. Well, when you first meet her, clearly, as you all can see tonight, she's stunning. And as you get to know her, you realize that what truly sets her apart is her soul. She is gentle and outgoing at the same time. I could tell that they were in love and that they were each other's soulmates the first time I saw them together. Over the last 1.5 years, in getting to know you, Jaclyn, even better, Stephanie and I have often talked about how we are so happy to have you join our family, to bring your spirit into our lives. Now the big day has arrived. It's obvious to everyone here that Todd has clearly outpunted his coverage. So Todd, congratulations on hitting life's lottery. Jaclyn, welcome to our family. Mr. and Mrs. Everett, remember never to go to bed mad. Thank God every night for your blessings. And mostly, remember to sacrifice freely. Everybody, Mr. and Mrs. Everett.
Jaclyn and I may not have been childhood friends. We never played dressed up or imagined that our weddings would be like as little girls. We didn't go to school together, and we don't have any memories to speak of before the age of 21. But none of that matters because I feel like I've known you my whole life.
That you haven't heard before. I've tried so many ways.
We know more about each other than we probably care to. That's because we can share anything without passing too much judgment. We've laughed together, but we've also cried together. You've always been there for me, and I will always be there for you. I don't know where I would be without my best friend, but I know that standing here today, on your wedding day, is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
I believe that the true definition of love is caring for someone more than you do yourself, if not equally as much as you do yourself. That's my definition of love.
Todd, when I first met Jaclyn, she was this beautiful, young, carefree, independent girl who enjoyed daily naps, multiple showers a day, and me time. She was perfect in my book. However, since you came into her life, she has grown to become such an inspirational and nurturing woman and role model for Taylor.
And my daughter once said to me, "Mom, he grounds me." And that was a wow moment for me. It's almost synonymous with he takes care of me. He helps me through difficult times. That's my definition of he grounds me.
The reason why I feel like Jaclyn has taken a part of a mother role in my life is because she's been through a lot of experiences that I have been through too, and she's one of those few people you meet in life who you just really love to be around.
In my hand, I hold the keys to Jaclyn's homes over the years. I could come and go as I please, enjoy weekly sleepovers, bottles of wine and baked brownies, from the box that is. But now I understand that you are her very best friend, and I'm willing to pass that torch because I know you make her happy and complete her in ways she didn't know were possible.
The second time he came to visit Jim and I in Baltimore with Jaclyn, I just knew. I whispered to my husband that I think he's the one. And I think that's the trip that Todd drove home with back pain. And I was so worried about him. And I sent him a text and I signed it B2B. And then he wrote back, "What's that mean?" And I wrote brother to be. And he texted back, "I like that." So he would call me sister to be, S2B. So at the end of the ceremony, when I came up to him, he said, "Hi, S." That was pretty great.
Today, you are one step closer to living happily ever after. If everyone could raise a glass now and join me in congratulating the very beautiful bride and handsome groom on the day we have been waiting for so long. Cheers.
It's nice to finally see my sister love somebody as much as I love my husband.
I guess I just want to say that I love you, Dad, and I love you, Jaclyn, and I just hope that you guys can spend a beautiful life together, and I wish you all the best. I love you guys.
They're going to say, "I want to know what's going to make my husband happy," and he's going to say, "I want to know what's going to make my wife happy." And I think that's going to be the secret to their lasting happiness in their marriage.
I, Todd Richard, take you, Jaclyn Suzanne,
To be my wedded wife.
to be my wedded wife,
To have and hold.
to have and to hold
From this day forward.
from this day forward,
For better, for worse.
for better, for worse,
For richer, for poorer.
for richer, for poorer,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health,
To love and to cherish.
to love and to cherish,
As long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
You are the woman I've been waiting
You are the woman I've been waiting for.
for. I commit and devote myself
I commit and devote myself
to loving you,
to loving you,
caring for you,
caring for you,
and keeping you safe.
and keeping you safe.
I, Jaclyn Suzanne, take thee, Todd Richard,
To be my wedded husband.
to be my wedded husband,
To have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward.
from this day forward,
For better, for worse.
for better or for worse,
For richer, for poorer.
for richer, for poorer,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health,
To love and to cherish.
to love and to cherish,
As long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Todd, you're the man I've been waiting
Todd, you are the man I've been waiting for.
for. Today I give you my heart
Today I give you my heart,
to protect,
my heart to protect,
my soul to comfort,
my soul to comfort,
my life to share.
and my life to share.
Think of one thing that has stood out to me other than the love that emulates between the two of them, the chemistry that's continually there. And I've never seen anything to contradict that. And today it was over the top, feeling that love. I've been to many weddings, and this is by far the most incredible prince and princess that I've ever seen. That's how I feel about them.
Jaclyn, I give you this ring
As a symbol of my promise.
as a symbol of my promise.
In the name of the Father,
In the name of the Father,
the Son,
the Son,
and the Holy Spirit.
and the Holy Spirit.
Todd, I give you this ring
As a symbol of my promise.
as a symbol of my promise.
In the name of the Father,
In the name of the Father,
the Son,
and the Son,
and the Holy Spirit.
and the Holy Spirit.
The state and the church give me the ability to say that on this day, at this time, in this place, Todd and Jaclyn are now husband and wife. Todd, you may kiss your wife. And it's my honor to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Todd Everetts.
I love them with all my heart, and I welcome Todd as my son, and I wish them a lifetime of happiness and a love that will continue to grow.
Oh, this is a good one, me holding the purse. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
See, this was a setup. This whole thing was a setup. Just saying.
He couldn't decide if he wanted to go with black or green.
How you doing, sir?
Great, how you doing?
You gonna be dancing?
No videos up.
They're relaxed.
Can you start drinking, please? I need to drink. Yeah, man. Bring out the wine.
There's a bottle of wine.
Cherry vodka, Sprite. More this color. You're not gonna let me drink before the ceremony.
Okay.
Does anybody have contact?
Can I have a drink?
No.
I know I made you promise. Okay, we're gonna wait till after.
I have to follow you in the speech, so I can't have any alcohol until I'm done this speech. You make it very hard for me to know.
I definitely started to see a change in my dad as he met Jaclyn, because my dad, when Jaclyn wasn't around, he would kind of get in like this mood. So he's still a nice person, but you could tell that he was kind of a little maybe agitated or or uneasy because you could tell that he wanted to like see Jaclyn, he wanted to be with Jaclyn.
Love you! Might not want. Hey, adorable. Flip flops. Is this to wear down the aisle?
I did say you could wear whatever you wanted.
On the not so fun side, I was also called to get rid of flying bats, assist her with moving from one house to another by ourselves, and even heard an awful performance of her singing Silent Night at 2 a.m. near Christmas.
Good luck, guys. God bless your marriage always. We love you.
We love you more than life.
Hi, husband.
My pain in the ass wife. Start saying that now.
Oh, that's my husband calling again?
Oh, God. My wife is such a pain in the ass.
Todd, yeah, he's golfing again.